Hey Gunner, how we doing? Making sure my microphone is correct, which I think it is today. That's a little too high. Um, how we doing? I'm back. It's been a busy couple weeks. Um, did some camping last weekend. Again, my mother was here visiting, took some time off, got sick. That was not fun. So yeah. Hey Derek, how we doing? No, I had to turn my microphone on. I kind of forgot. It's been a minute since I had a stream. Um, so yeah, tonight I don't really have a huge plan. I'm gonna hang out for like an hour. I think I'm gonna work on my Soma cube project. Um, so let me get a piece here so you guys can figure out my frustrations here. So I tried doing a Soma cube project, which is a project, it's a puzzle. It's created with 7 different shaped cube pieces that I want to like satisfyingly kind of magnetize together. Okay, so I used some what are these 6x3 mil magnets. And I was like, oh, this works out great. Like these like hook up to each other. They're great. I did the first 2, got those done, and then when I did the next 2, the magnets don't go to each other because they all magnetize to the one central piece, but they repel every other piece because the magnets can't flip the polarity. Well, that's not gonna work. So I literally have printed the entire puzzle here with expensive protopasta filament. And now that filament's all gone, and that was a complete wash. So I was like, what can I do? So I tried looking into the Magniformers and Magnetiles. Magniformers use a cylinder magnet that's split down the middle, and it just rolls in there. Where Magnetiles use a double polarity set of magnets side by side. So they attach to each other, and they repel and attach to every other piece that kind of clip together. Well, I can't find those magnets anywhere. But what I did find, and actually just got in this past week, these guys. If you're in the Discord, you would have seen the photo I posted of this, talking to Aaron, because Aaron was the one trying to help me figure this out. There we go. Ball magnets. So these are ball bearing magnets. And they kind of will stick to each other. If I get 2 separately here. Yeah, the 2 will just go right to each other. So I need to figure out how can I use these little guys, which was honestly like the only size I could find really. They're kind of hard to find. They're like super regulated because they're so small, and they're small neodymium magnets that of course everybody is really worried about with kids and whatnot, but they're fun because like you can do like chains and stuff with them. But anyways, I need to now model a cavity that is difficult because I need this to be able to fit into the hole but not come back out. So I'm going to do a small test cube tonight. I'm going to create a test cube, and I'm going to try to measure and get this as best I can. What my goal is to do is to be able to set the ball on top of it, on top of the print, and use something to push it in, and where it has space to roll around in there and be a little bit kind of free, not jiggly free, but kind of free enough that it can roll, and then figure out how to make it so they fit in there and not fall back out. Gunner, you don't like modeling, buddy? But yeah, these magnets are super cool. I like them. They sell them for a variety of reasons. A lot of them are like stress and stuff like that, but you can build shapes and stuff out of these. Anyways, so I'm gonna try to do. So we're going to switch screens here to that. There we go. And you can see I've already made all of these with the other magnets. So we're going to ignore that for now. And we're going to start fresh. Very fresh here. So we're just going to start with a sketch here. We're just going to do a 10 by 10 cube. And I'm sorry, it's not complicated to you, Gunner. All right, extrude this up by 10, and then we'll do a new sketch on top of here. So let's see how big these are. Thought these were like 3 millimeters. Well, that magnetizes to it. No, these are 5. Well, it's measuring 4.9. So if we do a 5 millimeter hole here, I guess. But then the question is, how do I make a sphere hole? Nor is a word. You are correct. We're working on your English. Because that's the widest part. So I almost feel like I should do this at like 4.9. But how do I make a sphere go in here with just a little bit of it being there? So that's kind of the question here. I don't know how to do. I don't know how to create a. I've never really done a sphere. So here, and then if we make this 4.9, then how do I move it? Can I create a? Come on. So a solid, create. Well, I guess I need to make a. What will be the center of that? So, just for the sake of me not screwing this up, divided by 2, 2.45. So let's extrude this down, negative 2.45 for now. Okay, so now we want to create our sphere here in the center, 4.9. That has just a smidge. It's a pretty small contact point, but it should be able to jiggle a little bit. But if we make this needs to be bigger than that, because I need to be able to move around. So if we make this 5.2, that should give it enough space in there like that. I feel like now that opening is, I guess the opening has to be that big just to fit it in there. And then hopefully, how do I do the cross thing? Let's see, go here, inspect. Section analysis, that's what I want. So hopefully this lip right here is enough to keep it inside. Hopefully. But this would kind of be like experiment number 1, which I can throw on a printer real quick. Who has Filament? Who's online? You're online and you have Filament. We can do that. So we're just going to quickly export this. Save as mesh. Okay. Call this test ball magnet. And then we need to switch over to Optimus. And I start this, and I'll probably start another test one as well with a different size. But you kind of just have to work through it and figure things out, I guess. There we go. All right, so you're online. Need a slicer now. Let's go to Ultra. Nope, not Ultra Magnus. We're doing on Optimus Prime. And I'm going to load in my file here. Desktop, that guy. Itty bitty guy. 0.2 millimeters should be fine. Slice. Man, that's only one line to keep that in. That is so small. Whew, that is a tiny feature. What about 0.1? How does this look? Okay, that looks better. I might need to do 0.1. It's 2 perimeters. Let's just do 3 and 3 just to save some time here. It's the same time, doesn't matter. Does not matter. Okay, let's just fire that. Make sure it goes here. Why is it? Did I put the wrong IP address? Nope. Stop that. Local. I think I had the wrong, different IP address, different printer in there. Edit physical printer. It says it's there. That's 25. I don't know who's 24 then. Okay. Go forth. There it is. All right, we'll give that a minute to run. And yeah, this just looks like it's going to be too big. I think that's going to kind of just fall out. But it's the question is, how small of a hole can it be with it being loose in there? So let's just try to make another one here. Can you hide, please? Thank you. So that. So if we start with a, we said the 4.9 on that one. If we do 4.6 on here, then we have to extrude this down 2.45. Or should we go further than that? Because if we're doing it as 5.2 we did, so it's 2.6 down. And then we can create our sphere here. Right in the middle there. With 5.2. Okay, it's already pulling that one. And then, okay. But I kind of wanted to, I kind of want to fill in the gap around it though, so it doesn't have such a opening there. How do I do that? I guess if we just do that, if I cut this and then nope, that doesn't work. That just screws it up. What if we do this and then I duplicate? If I do 5, no, that's too big. I want to do 5. 5.2 is more than enough space in there, I think. But if I do another sketch on top, oops, nope, I missed it. Missed the mark, stop. And we do 4.75 again. To a different printer, that's why. Tried going down on another print that I had. Son of a gun. That was Hound it was trying to print. 4.75. Still doesn't give me that rounded. That rounded look I'm going for. Because I don't know how to do that. But it does have a better thing here. But I want this to be filled in some. But now if I do the cross section at this now. Yeah, don't know how to really do that. But that's getting ready to print. Yeah. Then we'll see how it goes from there. I wish there was a way to like duplicate the deal with it. It's definitely something to try to figure out here. Because it's such a small lip that's actually holding this thing in, which is kind of the brutal thing with it, is how in the world do we get that to work? I also don't know if these magnets are going to be strong enough to be able to do this. So I'm trying to make the top, so I have a sphere cutout in the middle of this block. Okay. When I extrude the top, it extrudes straight down. But I want the whole of the top to be small. Well, I guess I can't do that because I'm still cutting it down. Yes, there's no way to do that. Because I still need that hole to be at least, 4 point whatever millimeters to fit the magnet into it. But again, it has to be small enough, large enough that I can wedge this in there, but small enough that it doesn't just fall right back out. Because I do have small children, and these are extremely dangerous to have around. Well, I don't think any of them will eat it. I think we're beyond that phase. It is still a concern. Because you can see here, they have to rotate in it, because if I try to do this, it just... Let me try to make this bigger here. Go to me. There we go. So this way, it repels. But this way, it wants to come together. So these still have a north and south, but them being able to rotate inside the cavity is the key to this working, so that they will automatically right themselves to connect. But they're not that strong. I mean, they're got a decent pull. And I don't need to be that strong either. I just want to be able to, when you do this puzzle and you put it together, I want to have that satisfying clicking together of the different pieces as they go together. And that's why I'm trying this out with these type of magnets. Oh. on this very, very small scales test. These are fun. I have more fun playing with these than doing anything else. But it's other things like I have things like I have this fidget, okay? And these, no matter which ones, they all go together with each other, which I don't know where the third one is. Why do my kids lost it somewhere? Where is it at? But all three of them, no matter their orientation, will always click together. I have no idea what type of magnets are in these things, but they're awesome. And I'm guessing they're using some type of cylindrical ones. But the thing is that you don't feel or hear them rotating. You know, there's off and then on. But no matter where they are here, they always will connect this way. It doesn't matter which way I rotate them. They always work. I don't know what type of magnets are in these. And I only have one set of these. So I don't really want to pull them apart and try to figure that out. But the fact that they always to kind of right themselves is cool. But I just don't know magnets very well. And I want to know where my third one of these is because my doggone kid stole it. What else is new? Oh dear. I think there's anything else I was trying to design recently that I haven't finished yet. My brother has a thing for his lathe that I need to make. Hey, Aaron. I am working on this magnet project, man. Trying to figure it out. What's going to work, what's not. I have a test print coming off right now. I said it would take 18 minutes. I think it'll go faster than that. No, this doesn't pop up to bed. Should come off. It should work. But yeah, just trying to figure out a way to get these to pop in and not fall out. That's the goal right now. Figuring that great mystery out. But I also need to figure out what am I going to use for filament now, because I have a few colors of the protopasta that still has enough filament, but not a lot. I don't really know how I'm going to get that to work. Find some other filament. I hope so too. Like I said, they literally just came in last week. Or no, the week before. I was camping last week. They came in the week before. So this is the first time I've had to like sit down and actually try to figure out Fusion. I've had lots of chances. This is the first time I'm making time to sit down and do it, I guess, is the thing. Because I kind of was dreading trying to figure this out. And it would be so nice if they obviously weren't magnets, because then I could just do the print to a certain point, drop them in, and then continue the print. Like, I would love to be able to totally cover these over, but I don't think I want to try to figure out a plug, because the plug would have to be 0.2 millimeter thick, because anything thicker than that would probably stop these from sticking to each other, I think, right? Those are really hard to try to figure this out. Like, would they have enough magnetism to stay or not? I don't really have anything that's like a 0.2 millimeter thick, or even 0.4, because goddamn, I want to make sure they actually stay in. So it's always good for these experiments, and this is usually how me figuring out projects starts. Is I'll do some type of experiment to try and figure it out and go from there. Yeah, Gunnar said this wasn't complicated, so he left. I guess I'm not interesting enough for him anymore. Title screen here. Yeah, I thought there was something else I needed to work on. Just that lathe piece, I guess. Chamfer to hold it allow them to be. I guess I could. Yeah, you're right. I could chamfer this, but there's not a whole lot of my issues. There's not a whole lot of meat holding these in currently. Again, I guess that's its widest point right there. It is not a whole lot of difference. So this one's a little bit of a smaller entry hole. You're not seeing me here. That one. Okay. So this is the one that's printing right now. I mean, it's not much of a difference, but it could be enough just to keep it from falling back out. But here, this one is a smaller. This is only 4.6 or 4.75. But also like pushing it through, how much is it going to deform the actual hole and things like that? Like, I don't want it to like ruin the print as I try to put it through there. So yeah, this one, oh, it's just the same thing there. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to figure out. So this 4.9 millimeter hole is printing first. Yeah, but I don't know how much more I could chamfer that without it making it the same size that went in. So making it too loose to pop back out. Hey Dan, how you doing? Yeah, I guess I don't have 7 colors of PETG. That's the other thing. I was trying to use up all of the I just need to, I lost my train of thought on that because someone texted me. Oh, I have a bunch of colors of protopasta here, which I was trying to use that to make it kind of cool looking. I like protopasta filament. I just don't have 7 colors of PETG laying around, I don't think. I have black, yellow, purple, and the Prusament I just got is PLA. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have enough colors. And I kind of wanted it to be fun and be 7 different colors. I could do it all one color, I guess, but I just wanted to make it unique and have all these different colors. Come on, finish up. And I'm also doing this at 0.1 mil layer height, which doing the full size of these is going to A, take more filament, and B, just going to take way longer because they already took long enough to print the different cubes, because these are the cubes here. And because at 0.2 millimeters, I don't feel like it had enough ability to create that sphere inside. And I guess that once I figure out what works printing upwards, the next thing I have to do is flip the model over, print it upside down, and see if it still prints okay. And if it doesn't, I need to change up the values of the bottom parts so that it does, because obviously there's going to be a little bit of sag. There shouldn't be any with this design. There shouldn't be any sag at all, except for the very last flat layer that it has to do that right there. This is what would sag a little bit, but it's such a small feature it might not matter. But either way, I have to test. I need to figure out first which way normally does it work. I have to print it sideways, and then I have to print it upside down, because these holes are on all sides of the cubes, the cube models. %69, nice. Oh, I haven't checked my batteries in a long time. They are getting low. Charges up at some point. Well, at least on the stream time, I'll be able to try out this one version and kind of go from there. Again, continue testing, continue doing test prints. I have a little bit of scrap filament left on this printer. Or I shouldn't say scrap. It's just a little bit left of a spool. Not enough to do a project with, but enough to mess around. We try to figure this out. And then, again, hopefully figure it out this time. Just hate when you spend all this time to do a project and you go to do it and realize you're an idiot, and then you have to like figure out a new way to do it now. Come on, finish up. Hey, Andrew, how you doing? I always have to like really focus on how you write your name in that script. How you doing, bud? Just waiting for this print to finish up. But yeah, this would be so cool to be able to do a drop-in. I know Joel did drop-in, but he did it like against the build plate, I think it was. So the magnet was stuck to the build plate, and it was more powerful that way than against the brass nozzle. Are brass nozzles magnetic? It's brass, right? No, brass is not magnetic. Huh. But there's so many other metal parts on there, though. I'd be afraid that it would go off like a screw or something like that. That might be interesting. Do 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 do. 91%. Come on, almost there. Yeah, I thought brass nozzles were surely magnetic, but also I don't remember which of my printers have brass nozzles and which one of them have the steel nozzles. The steel nozzle should be magnetic. Yes. So I have steel nozzles on some of the printers, but I honestly never remember which. I should probably spend some time one day and figure that out and just order a bunch from Microswiss when they have another sale. I should do that. $98.